Hello and welcome to Hope Canada, brought to you by Moksha Canada Foundation. This is the live, inclusive, and resilient music arts series. I'm your host every Sunday, Carlo Bianchini, and today I am joined by the lovely Jessi Elgood.
Hiya, nice to see
Jessi.
you. Hi.
Thanks so much for being here today. I'm excited to have you on and to hear some tunes.
Me too. I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So Jessi is a actor, performer, extraordinaire. Let's talk a little bit about that. So how did you first get into performing, acting, singing, all of that?
All of that? Well, I started when I was really young. Like when I was really young, nobody could understand me when I spoke. Nobody could understand me. So I used to go to a speech therapist, and then they brought me over to a music therapist, which apparently singing helps you speak better, and hopefully I'm speaking okay. But so I did that, and then that got me into performance. I felt confident in my voice, and I ended up auditioning for things, and that was from age 8 onwards, and ever since
Age
then.
8 was when you first auditioned for something?
Yeah, when I was first auditioning for stuff, and then...
Do you remember what it was, your first audition?
It was for Annie Get Your Gun.
Oh,
and I
cool.
sang Tomorrow.
Of course,
for Annie. So, that was my first audition. And apparently they let my parents sneak into the back of the room. So they got to watch me in the room when I auditioned.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They were probably so proud of you.
I'm sure they were bawling their eyes out. I'm like, my little girl. But, so that's where it started. And then ever since then, I've done stuff with, I did a show with Stratford and with Drayton and stuff. And then...
Those are two really big names. Let's talk about that. Like, what was the Stratford show and what was that like?
Stratford show, so I was really lucky. I was about 15 and I got to do The Grapes of Wrath with Anthony Chimolino, and we had an amazing cast like Shalina Kennedy and Paul Nolan, and really just amazing people as well as artists. So I got to do that show in, oh my gosh, I'm so old, 2011, 2012, around then. And from that point onwards, I knew that's what I want to do as a career. Because when you're younger, you're like, I enjoy this stuff, but you're not sure if you're going to do it.
Like full-time kind of thing.
Full-time, yeah. And then from that point, I knew, okay, this isn't just a hobby. This is something I want to pursue.
Yeah, this is something you really love. So that was a turning point for you, doing that show. Nice. So if anyone doesn't know, like Stratford has a wonderful theater festival where they put on a lot of different music theater shows, as well as they have a lot of Shakespeare stuff that always happens there. And it's like the biggest theater festival in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. So
probably. They're doing great stuff this year as well. COVID's been a pain, but this year they've really got a great season coming up. So
and they have a brand new theater as well, which is exciting. Let's also talk about the Drayton show that you did too.
Drayton, I did Annie with them, and I got to play Pepper, and that was just an amazing opportunity to work with another company as well, right? See how it's another different. Like
quite big company, like well-known company.
They're awesome. They're also doing a new education program run by David Connolly, which I think just started in January. They got a whole new facility and a lot of stuff going online. They're doing interviews as well with other artists on Saturdays, I want to say.
Oh, that's super exciting.
Yeah. They're doing a lot of great stuff now.
Yeah, a lot of really great stuff has come out of this sort of like, because I think the pandemic, if anything, it made people appreciate the arts even more, and like how much, and made them realize how much they like consume that as, like a thing. So
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, what was so you've been working as an actor in Toronto for the past couple of years, right? And all over the place. What has that been like in terms of like going through that and then going through COVID and like the highs and lows and everything? We got to talk about it, right?
I know.
Yeah.
It's a pain. It's funny because I feel like, obviously I'm in Toronto now, but usually as an artist, you live in Toronto, you get a job that's outside of Toronto, and then you leave. There aren't actually a lot of theater stuff specifically in the city. They just audition everything in the city. So when COVID hit, it was interesting because everything is online now. So you can be anywhere. You don't have to live in Toronto. You can live in tons of different rural areas and audition for that. So it's just been a whole ton of self-tapes. I did, kind of cool, a few international friends of mine came together. Well, it started by Robert Kodama. Shout out to Robert. And we started the New Works Playhouse, which is a whole online theater company where you have tons of new artists, playwrights that come with scripts, and they are trying to finish the editing process, and they just need to hear it out loud. So they have actors from all over the world that come together.
Like saying it for the very first time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for the writers, it's like the first time that they ever heard it read out loud.
Yeah.
Which is so fantastic. And I'm really happy that that was something that really filled my time during COVID. When we feel like theater's dying, it was, you know, hope, because now that stuff's starting to open again. Hopefully those scripts can be put on stage now.
Yeah, well, what a great way to like support Canadian artists too, right?
Exactly.
Like, so you have these Canadian playwrights who are coming in and they're doing their thing, and then you have Canadian actors putting their work up for the very first time. That's pretty cool.
I know.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
So excited. I'm really excited for this year because I think that theater is finally prepared no matter what happens. Like, I think we're ready to do something.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm very excited. So let's talk a little bit more like about music and whatnot, and like kind of your inspirations there. Like, you do the music theater thing, you like pop music and jazz music and all sorts of music. Like, let's talk a little bit about that.
I love so much. I love a lot of music. Well, I used to only like musical theater growing up, and I was that kind of nerdy person who thought everything else sucked. And then I got into
everything else.
Everything sucked. Yeah. And then
you couldn't compare it to music theater.
No, of course not. Like Sondheim, like come on.
Yes.
But then I got into artists like Gabrielle Aplin and Lucy Rose, and a lot of acoustic songwriters, people who are really sad in their rooms playing guitar. I was like, I vibe with that. So
which COVID has made a lot of us do.
Yeah, honestly. So that kind of inspired me to do my own writing and my own songwriting. And then, ever since then, I'm a lot more open-minded. I listen to jazz music. Judy Garland is one of my favorites of all time. So, I listen to a lot and take inspiration from wherever I see fit.
And then incorporate that into your own style and into your own writing and whatnot.
Yeah.
What's your process like when you're writing a song? And I love asking this question, and I say it each time to a bunch of the artists that I have on, because they each have their own kind of unique way of answering it. So how do you get started do you have an idea? Do you write a chord down first? Like, what's your first go-to when you're writing your own music?
That is so true, though, that everybody has their own process. So there's no right or wrong. With songwriting, for me personally, if it's a good song, I write it in 10 minutes. It's something where I don't write it because I want to. I write it because I need to. Like, it's my form of journaling. Yeah. There's something that's bothering me so much that I just need to sit near the water and write it, and it just all comes out. And usually it's words. And when I'm writing the words, I sing along, and that's what the melody turns into. I can't really change it after I've done that because it's stuck in my head that way. So I write the words. So you just have like a journal full of songs, because you're doing it like both at the same time. Like, you're journaling, you're getting your thoughts out, but then you're also writing a song at the same time. Yeah, exactly. Wow. That's it. Because it's the only way for me to process certain emotions, things. To be able to see it visually written down. And it just comes out. And then after that, I get on my guitar or a piano, and I'm like, okay, where was that melody? How do I find it? And figure it out. Awesome. So songwriting is so interesting to me. And like everyone's process is so different. And I think that's a really cool idea about you having that journal where you kind of keep no worries. I think it's really cool, like having a journal where you kind of keep all your thoughts, and you're doing that anyways, you're journaling anyways, which is like a really positive thing to do for your like mental health, but it comes out in a song, which is like so beautiful and nice too. So the last artist I had on, he talked about how it can take him like months to write like a song and like, produce it and whatnot. And I just find it so cool how like you can kind of go along with your guitar, write on your thoughts, and you've got a song done in like 10 minutes. I think it was kind of a controversial artist to bring up just because of everything, but Headley was kind of like that a little bit. The band Headley, where he would go in and he would like, I think it's Jacob Hogarth, right? He would go in, write a song in like
10 minutes and like that was it. Like it was just done. And I've always thought that was just like the coolest thing ever, just to like have that ability to do that. Because I think I would always kind of like second guess every little thing, but it's almost better if you don't second guess it, right? So
yeah, I feel like especially if you're writing something because you're so passionate in some form, once that moment has passed, when you go back to visit it, sometimes it's harder to do. What was it? Dolly Parton, I think, same thing, where she wrote I Will Always Love You and Jolene all in the same day.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
Yeah.
Like
so,
2 epic songs that have had such a like impact on so many people, right? Like yeah. To be done in such a short time. That's really cool.
So yeah, that's how I do it. I can't really go back to the songs. If it's done in 10 minutes and it's good, then I'm happy.
And we're going to hear an original today, right?
Yes.
Very cool. What's the original called?
The original is called Intimate. It's a song I wrote like 6 years ago, so long ago. But it's just a nice song about personal growth and like connecting with people.
Very cool. And it's just you and your guitar?
Just me and my guitar.
Nice, nice. So, I mean, we've been online for so long and we've had to do things over Zoom, which is like not terrible. Like it's opened up new avenues to like filters and things and a whole bunch of stuff. But what do you think about like this series that we've got going on and giving the chance for like artists to come on here and like share some of their original music and like also, you know, just get back on stage and like, are you excited to be in person again? I'm
so excited. Yeah. I mean, this is such an amazing opportunity for artists to finally get to be able to show themselves to people again. And I mean, there's nothing like live performance. Yeah. There's nothing. And I hope that more people gravitate towards live stuff and connecting with artists in venues once they travel around, because we've been on screens, like you said. I hope that
for
people
so
are bored
long.
of that.
My gosh. Yeah. And we were just discussing earlier about how we both kind of teach online as well, which is like also great. But there's something about being in person and like you said, like seeing someone in person perform, because like for a lot of artists, that's how they decided that's what they want to do. Like seeing a show for the very first time, like a big music theater show or a big opera show or whatever it was, a play, right? And seeing that for the first time, that's what helps them decide like, no, I want to do this. I want to try it.
Funny story on my guitar. So I guess you'll see my guitar later. I have signatures from so many artists that I've seen live because I watched them and I was just entranced. And I walked up to them and went, can you sign my guitar? And so I have tons of signatures, and it reminds me of all those moments that I got to go to a venue. Like one of the signatures is from a guy named JP Cooper. And I went to watch him in a venue with like 20 people in the audience. And now he's pretty big now, a bit bigger. But yeah, that's just a reminder that, live performance is important.
So you got their signature on your guitar? How do you ask for that? Do you just bring your guitar with you and then like you're like, can you please sign my guitar?
Yeah, no, exactly like that. The first time I just froze. I just held it out, and then my friend asked for me, was like, will you sign it for her? But every other person I've actually gone up and said, will you please, like kind of apologizing. I mean,
can we take a look at it? Can we see it?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's go through some of them here. Like that's kind of cool.
Well, they're all kind of indie artisty people. So we have Glenn Hansard, if anyone knows. He wrote Once.
Cool. Oh yes, of course. Once the musical. Yeah.
Lucy Rose, JP Cooper, Tim Chasen, Canadian, part of the East
Always
Pointers.
love that.
Gabrielle Applin, Ryan O'Shaughnessy. We have Biba Doobie. Love Biba Doobie. That's the most recent one. And Lewis Watson.
Wow.
Lewis Watson, yeah. So I don't know where people are going to fit their signatures next because it's pretty full.
You have to turn the guitar over so they got to do it on the back and do like a highlighter marker or something like that.
Yeah, on the back.
Like a yellow or something.
Yeah, like something really bright. I'd love that. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Do you want it back? Or?
Bring it back. No, that's so cool. Yeah, and those are all like your sort of inspirations, artists that you love. And yeah, I'm inspired by so many people. I think there's so much talent out there, so much talent, and I prefer to see somebody just sat playing a guitar and singing like from their heart. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran does that a lot. It's the first person I think of, right?
I know. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
He was the one that really got me into the style of writing that I do from all of his original stuff.
It's really cool to see, like, whenever he does a concert too, right? Like, he just does the, like, himself on his guitar. Yeah. But he'll do all of his, like, major songs, like his pop songs that are, like, really produced, but he'll do it in a way where it's just him and his acoustic, but it sounds so good. Like, it's different, but, like, it sounds so good. Yeah,
because I went to a concert with him, and he went up to the front of the stage, and he had everyone stay silent, and then he removed his mic, and he just performed in front of everyone without a mic.
Oh, man.
And it was so, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
So, I think,
There's something about it when an artist can, like, command the stage to a live audience like that so well. It's like otherworldly, you know?
Yeah, it's magical.
So cool. So we're hearing an original today, and what else are we hearing from you today?
What are we hearing today? Okay, so there kind of is a theme with it too. So When She Loved Me from Toy Story 2, which is about Jessi, who is in Toy Story 2. There's a Jessi in there. And then I'm also going to be singing Every Night at 7, the version that's from On a Clear Day You Can See Forever, the revival.
Great show.
And it was sung on Broadway by Jessi Mueller. So all the Jessies.
There's a Jessi theme going on here today.
There's a Jessi's theme going on, yeah.
Love it.
So those are the 3 songs I have today.
I'm not familiar with the Toy Story music at all, I don't think.
You don't know the song?
No, I don't.
You must know the song.
Maybe if I heard it, but I think I have to refresh myself on the music.
Well, it's probably one of the most beautiful songs ever, so yeah. Wow. No, it's gorgeous. It's sung by Sarah McLachlan originally.
Oh, cool.
Another Canadian, I think,
Another
right?
Canadian. See, there's a theme going on of Jessies and Canadians here today.
Yeah.
I mean, Canadian artists supporting Canadian artists. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to achieve with this program. So, little plug here. You know, if you're a Canadian artist yourself, get involved in this program. It's a great initiative, so you can showcase some of your original work or any of your covers, any artists that you're interested in yourselves. Get involved. MokshaCanada.com. So I think this is a great leeway into hearing some music. I'm excited to hear some stuff, Jessi.
Wonderful.
Can't wait.
Yay. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for having me on in this wonderful space, and thank you for listening so far. My name is Jessi, and if you want to follow me, you can follow me at Jessi Elgood on Instagram, or just look up Jessi Elgood somewhere on the internet, and I'm sure you'll find me. This is my song called Intimate. I've tried to fix all the cracks in my skin, let the nightmares fly and reality kick in. I've taken care of myself and I'm ready to try telling you that you're always on my mind. Don't you want my hand to hold yours tight? And don't you want my lips to kiss you goodnight? Don't you want my body to yourself? Don't you want my don't you want me? Don't you want me? I've stitched up all my thoughts and insecurities, came to terms with the man who didn't even care about me. All I can do is heal and realign. I've got you and I'm ready to take our time. Don't you want my love to hold you tight? Don't you want my laugh to kiss you goodnight? Don't you want my heart to yourself? Don't you want my don't you want me? Don't you want me? I'm tainted, I'm touched. It still hurts when I talk about it too much. I'm alright, I'll be fine, 'cause I'm with someone I love this time. Please wait till I get it right. Don't you want to hold you tight? Don't you want my to kiss you goodnight. Don't you want my to yourself? Don't you want my so I can fall deeper in love with you? So I can fall deeper in love with you. Don't you want me? Don't you want me? Don't you want me? So this next song you're gonna hear is from On a Clear Day You Can See Forever, the revival, and it is called Every Night at 7. My day can be a royal bore. It leaves me colder than a basement floor. The only moment I keep waiting for is when the day will be through. I never notice if it's dark or clear. What people say to me, I hardly hear. The passing hours are an endless year until at last I'm alone with you. For every night at 7, you walk in as fresh as clover, and I begin to sigh all over again. Every night at 7, you come by like May returning, and me, oh my, I started yearning again. You seem to bring far away spring near me. I'm always in full bloom when you're in the room. For my day can be a royal bore. I'm colder than a basement floor. The moment I'm waiting for is when the day will be through. At last I'm alone with you. Yeah, every night at 7. Every time the same thing happens, I fall once again in love, but only with you. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Woo. And finally, we have a beautiful song from Toy Story 2 called When She Loved Me. When somebody loved me, everything was beautiful. Every hour we spend together lives within my heart. And when she was sad, I was there to dry her tears. And when she was happy, so was I. When she loved me. Through the summer and the fall, we had each other, that was all. Just she and I together, like it was meant to be. And when she was lonely, I was there to comfort her. And I knew that she loved me. So the years went by, I stayed the same, but she began to drift away. I was left alone, still I waited she loved me. Thank you.
All right, wow, I definitely recognize that.
You
song.
know
Now,
it,
Jessi,
yes.
Get involved, please. We want to see you do your stuff. Thank you so much for watching and supporting all of these Canadian artists. If you're a Canadian artist yourself, we urge you to get involved. Come on here, perform, do your thing live on stage. We're not online anymore, right? We don't have to do things on Zoom all the time. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.